Hello everyone, my name is Noemi and I would like to welcome you to my YouTube channel, Eco Yogi Living. Based on your feedback and on your suggestions, I would like to dedicate today's practice to lower back pain relief. Lower back pain is mostly due to incorrect postures and due to stress building up in our spine, also due to weak core muscles. But of course, the causes for everyone might be different. However, we all know that yoga has got your back, and yoga is really helpful in stretching the right muscles to give you more stability, and it can also strengthen your core, which of course naturally leads to a better posture. So today we're going to work on all these bad parts of ourselves. So we're going to start today's practice laying down, and I'm gonna loosen my ponytail as always so my head will not be scrunched by it. And we will start with drawing our knees towards our chest. This time the aim is not to, squeeze our knees to our chest, but rather stay in a space that is comfortable for everyone and for all of us. So we can either keep our knees drawing towards our chest. What we need to pay attention to is just to simply keep our shoulders on the ground. And we can start rolling side to side to give a gentle massage to our lower back and try to soften all those muscles that are in stress right now. And we are breathing into the rocks. What we can also do is just simply put our hands on the top of our knees and just start circling around. This also gives a great massage to our sacrum, to our tailbone, to our pelvic area, the back of our pelvis, and to our lower back, of course. We can also change sides while we are circling. And we are trying to enjoy this moment on the mat. We can take one last deep inhale. And we can drop our legs to the side of the mat wide along. And let our knees fall to the middle. And what we can do now is try to start to suck our navel in and then release. And we are sort of in a supine cat-cow pose. And this kind of movement, this swinging movement to the back and forth, is very, very pleasant to our lower back. The triangle pose of our feet being at the side of the mat and our knees collapsing together in the middle also gives a great relief to the stress that is built up in our abdominal area. So if you do any abdominal exercises, then this is a great restorative posture to relieve all the stress and all the muscle contractions that have been built up. And let's not forget to breathe. However, the way we breathe now is the inhales and exhales are not the most important. They're always important. But what we need to keep in mind is just not to forget to breathe. And now we can stop. We can lengthen our legs, straighten them out. And we put our right foot over our left quad. And we bring the knee up into a 90-degree angle. We interlock our fingers behind. And we are getting a good hip stretch here. So we are keeping our legs active, toes pointing towards our shin. It's a dorsiflexion. And we are trying to lengthen one of our biggest muscle groups that runs right from the front of our hip to the back of our butt. And although this position might come out as a little bit counterintuitive, this is one of the muscles that gets most of the stress while we are in our sedentary lifestyle, while we are sitting every day. We keep on breathing. We also relax the skin on our face. We smile a little bit. And we take one last deep inhale in this position. And on an exhale, we release back. We straighten our legs again. And this time, we are going to cross our left foot over our right quad and bring it to a 90-degree angle, interlocking our fingers and keeping our toes active, pointing towards our shin. We are trying to relax our shoulders. We are not like really squeezing this leg. Of course, if this pose is very demanding for you, you can always take a strap and just, lower down your leg a little bit more and use the strap instead of interlocking your fingers if you do not have the hip mobility here. But if you do have the hip mobility, just keep it light. Just be gentle to yourself and do not overdo any of these positions, as we are here to relieve our lower back and not to give it even more work. I think we get it to work every day pretty hard. So we take a last deep inhale here. And on an exhale, we release our feet. And now we're gonna try to draw both of our knees towards our chest and keep them in a 90-degree angle. We are going to straighten our arms, shoulder width apart. And we are going to let our knees fall to one side. We are trying to keep our chest open and make it as square as possible towards the ceiling. And we twist our head to the opposite direction from where our knees fell. So my knees are on the left side and my head is looking towards the right side. And we are enjoying this great supine twist. And we keep on breathing. We also let our breath bringing us deeper and deeper into this twist. With every exhalation, we might be able to draw our knees deeper towards the floor. And of course, if your knees cannot reach the floor, just feel free to put a block or two blocks right below them as a support. As I said, we are tending today to our lower back, so that definitely means that we are not making our lower back suffer or work more, but rather handling it in a very gentle way and giving it what it needs, which is a gentle relief. This feels good. Also, one of the important aspects of a lower back practice is the time we spend in each position. So being 20 seconds in an asana will definitely not give us the relief that we are seeking. So it is always better to spend at least 1 minute, well, ideally 1 to 3 minutes in each and every single asana. So why is this so important? Let's switch sides first. So now my knees fall to the right side and my head is on the left side, so I can talk to you guys even more properly in this yoga pose. Well, it's very important because our body is constantly adapting to every single position, and each of our bodies are very different from each other. So even though we have all these videos, yoga for neck, yoga for back pain, yoga for lower back, our bodies are different, and they tend to react to different positions simply differently, and we all need time to sink into a pose. So usually our bodies need time to pick up the right breathing pattern, to fall into something easier, our muscles to relax a little bit more and not to force the pose. So this is why it is so important to keep our body in these asanas for a long enough time for the body to actually get the relief, instead of, just working hard and trying to make things right, instead of being in a real restorative posture. And let's take a last deep inhale here. And on an exhale, we come back to the middle. We cross our ankles one over the other. And we grab the outer edge of our foot. And we start swinging from north to south. I am literally swinging north to south. You might be swinging from east to west, I don't know. Let's give a little bit of massage to our back. And after a last swing, let's just come up to a cross-legged pose, and we slowly but surely shift to all fours. So of course, I'm sure that you think that cat and cow is in every single yoga practice in this world, but cat and cow is a really great chest opener, and it's also really great when it comes to relieving our back pain. So cat and cow, here it comes. Let's place our hands right below our shoulders, knees are right below our hip points, and on an inhale, we are going to arch our back, open our chest, and on an exhale, we round the spine, suck the navel in, and let the head and the tailbone drop. Inhale, head and chest up, tailbone up, arch the spine. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, arching, and exhale, rounding. When you're in cat, just try to really suck that navel in, tuck your tailbone in. This pose works just like a suspension bridge, just taking away all the stress from your lower back. And we are breathing. We can also close our eyes. Try to relax our face, the skin on our face. And we're gonna do one last round. And we meet back in tabletop position. Here we are going to put our hands a little bit in front of us, and we will try to step up our right foot, and we will try to take our right foot a little bit more towards the side of the mat instead of when we are in runner's lunge. And basically, we will try to lengthen through the spine. Of course, if you can also come on your fingertips, or you can use simply a yoga block to come even more supported in this position, whatever feels good for you today. And this exercise does the exact same thing as the cross-legged pose that we did in our supine position, which means that it really stretches our psoas, which is this huge muscle running from the front of our hip to the back of our butt, and it really gives a good relief and a good stretch to help us get rid of our back pain. So you do not have to stay on the block if you don't want to. You can just simply try to open your chest forward and try to deepen this stretch. Again, we are staying in this position for some time. Well, and if you are like really flexible, you can also come with your forearms to the floor, and you can also take a rest here. But I think if we are aiming for lower back relief, it's just simply better if we take it easy. And now on an exhale, we come back to all fours. Again, we are placing our hands to the front, and we bring our left foot to the front. We walk it out to the side of the mat, and we are trying to deepen our stretch. Again, whatever feels good. We can smile, we can relax the skin on our face, we can come to our fingertips, or we can come to our forearms. Whatever feels good for you today, and wherever you are with your yoga practice, of course. And if you feel like you want to put your leg more to the side of the mat, or you feel like you want it to be a little bit closer to your hands, that's also up to you. Whatever feels good, and wherever you are today, and wherever your lower back is today, because you know, today is lower back day. And we are trying to lengthen through the spine. Again, your block is also here. Everything is here to support you. What you can also do to keep your spine straighter is to practice an ujjayi breathing, which is more like a whispering coming from your throat. So ujjayi breath is supposed to help us straighten our spine or bring our spine in a more neutral position. It's supposed to align our three bandhas, which are our vocal diaphragm, our diaphragm that is separating our abdominal area from our chest area, and our pelvic diaphragm. So ujjayi breathing makes your spine straighter whenever you are struggling in any pose. And I think now on our last exhale, we can come back to all fours. And we're gonna come into child's pose, Balasana. So we send back our hip points to our heels, and we send our hands also to the back next to our feet. We let our shoulders drop. We place our forehead on the mat. And we take very deep breaths. So we lengthen the spine, we lengthen the lower back, and we are trying to assess whether we feel any different now than how we felt 20 minutes ago. We can also analyze which of the poses that we did we think helped the most. Maybe you are a supine back reliever. Maybe you are a sitting back reliever. We just have to keep in mind that all of our bodies are different. And of course, the poses that we've done today are not the only ones that are out there for us to tend to our lower back pain. But we are here today to do something good and something valuable for our bodies. Just trying to enjoy this moment of relief and silence. And on an inhale, bring your forearm next to your head, lift your head up, and try to slide through your forearms towards the front of your mat. Untuck your knees, and let's come into a Sphinx pose. So elbows are right under our shoulders and forearms are looking forward. The spine has a very, 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 very gentle bend, but we keep it lengthened. We are opening our chest and we look forward. This is also a great moment just to close your eyes and put a smile on your face. And maybe you feel like you're looking forward to something, or maybe a thought hits you that there is something really exciting just right ahead of you. What I'm looking forward to today is to finish one of my blog posts that I was procrastinating over for the last week. I think I have 90% of the body of it done. I just need to push that 10% into it. So in this Sphinx pose, which is a very ancient pose, let's look forward to something that is rather in the future. And we are here, just enjoying this divine position, feeling how our lower back is also enjoying the time that we gave it to get relieved. We take a last deep inhale here, and on an exhale, again, we push it back to Balasana. We slide our forearms back. We send our sit bones again on our heels. And we slide our hands right next to our feet. And we put our head onto the ground. And let this pose be today's goodbye pose. You can all stay here as long as you wish. I hope that you enjoyed the practice. This practice was more on a horizontal side of the mat, which I think is very relaxing, and it also aids our breathing better. Thank you very much for doing this practice with me, and I really hope that your lower back is happier than it was before. So thank you everyone for watching this, and the next video is going to be about upper back pain, so I'm gonna keep you posted. And keep up with yoga. Bye.